Hello guys, welcome everyone. Thanks for watching this video. In this training, in this today's video, I'm going to show you how these real account setup, which will be there on the real AWS project. First, you can see my screen here. I have clearly stated around 70% of environment, right? If you go for any infrastructure, there will be a similar kind of environment only will be there in the project, guys. First, everyone have to understand AWS account setup. Okay, whatever you are seeing in the screen. First, you can see every project. If you go, there will be a sandbox and pre-production account will be there, guys. That is a common for every environment. Okay, people used to say either sandbox or pre-production account. So what the purpose we'll use this account? Mainly for testing purpose. Okay, coming to the second one, there is something called dev and UAT. There's a second account. After the sandbox and pre-prod, we'll be having account something like dev and UAT. So in this dev and UAT account, we will be having account where we will use it for testing. Finally, most of the cases we'll be having a production account. The production account, which is the actual implementation live account. If you take any clients, right, those clients most probably they will be having the account for their use, their production purpose. In this production account only, they will have all their major component, their business, everything is running based on this production account. So why we are categorizing as a sandbox and dev and production? The reason why we cannot implement anything directly on the production, guys. That will impact if any issues in the implementation. If we are doing something that is implementing something, right, that will impact in the production. That is the reason if we have any automation or if we are going to test it something, or in the first time we are going to implement in our infrastructure or anything something, we are going to do the patching activity, whatever. First we will test it in the sandbox or pre-prod. If that everything goes fine, then we'll move on to the UAT account. Okay, if that both goes fine, we will show this output to our client. There will be SDM manager will be there. The SDM manager will validate and they will bring all these things. If that everything goes fine, they will allow us to provision that thing in their production account. Then only it will go to the production case. Anyway, here you can see there is something called AWS organization service. AWS newly introduced, there is a service called AWS organization. Okay, this is one of the service. How we having IAM, how we are having EC2, right? Similar way, we have a dedicated service for AWS organization. The purpose of this AWS organization service is when we have multiple AWS account. Similar, consider we have a sandbox account, we have pre-prod account, we have development account, we have a testing account, we have a production account. When we have a multiple AWS accounts like this, right, in that case it will be difficult to manage billing and cost optimization. Right, assume that you have a one AWS account. Every month you have to follow the billing. You need to see how the bill cost, if everything, whatever the billing is showing, right, everything is properly comes, what is the billing date and paying the bill. For one account, it's really a pretty difficult task. Consider when you are in your project, when you are working on live project, when you are handling 100 plus accounts, it will be really difficult to handle multiple accounts billing. That is the reason AWS is giving you a functionality called AWS organizational service. In this AWS organizational service, there is something called AWS master account. Okay, we will take one AWS account, we will make that as a master account. This master account will create multiple OUs like that. See, production OU, sandbox OU like this. Okay, from the master account, we will be creating multiple OU, something like production OU and sandbox OU. Whichever the accounts are belongs to production OU, we will be adding those accounts into production OU. Whichever the accounts are sandbox, we will be adding them into sandbox OU. Similar way, dev OU, UAT OU. According to your project need, you can create different OUs. You can add the corresponding account to it. And by adding this, what is the advantage? Even though you have 100 plus accounts, from this master account, you can centrally manage the billing. And also through SCP policy, there is a concept is available, something called SCP policy. Through SCP policy, you can securely manage your account, guys. Something like in production, we should not delete any VPC resources. On that case, we can create SCP policy. We can map it to the OU. So whatever the account belongs to production OU, right, whatever the policy I applied, they will take effect. Something I can tell you, SCP means service control policy, where I can generate only on master account, I can put it in the OU level. Okay, that is all about. Okay, so detailing the practical use case. Now you guys all right, gain some knowledge how the AWS account setup when we are working in the real project. This is how we'll categorize it, and billing and optimization and how we are controlling the multiple accounts in the AWS. I'll show on the next video. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day. We'll meet on next video.